Welcome to the Porch family.
Yeah. Oh my God. I cried. I laughed even when I didn't want to laugh.
All I can say is it was a powerful reading. It was so multi-dimensional. I haven't even taken in all that it meant to me, but it stirred up a lot. Thank you.
I really love the way Gardley uses this poetic language, and just as you're in the flow, he hits you with a colloquialism and kind of like brings you back down to earth again.
I think more than anything else, it has been educational. You know, I love when I have stuff to go back and look up, and that's definitely happening here. Not to mention the actors just blew my mind.
Very, very thought-provoking, but funny.
Unmatched, incredible.
Look forward to seeing your next production too. Thank you.
So, what is a Front Porch? We are a Black theater company committed to advancing racial equity in Boston through theater.
Front Porch Arts Collective is a Black theater company committed to advancing racial equity in Boston through theater.
The Front Porch Arts Collective is a Black theater company committed to advancing racial equity in Boston and theater.
The Front Porch is a theater company. It is Boston's premier Black equity theater company, but it is also, I think, a common ground for ideas, particularly from people of color, in the effort to eradicate racism, specifically in Boston, but I think also in the American theater at large.
Hold on.
I define social justice in the arts as art that promotes social change, period.
Social justice in the arts is providing and building community with those who have little to no access to the arts, while also providing opportunities to see arts that represent them and the social issues going on in their community.
The arts have a really big role to play in emphasizing empathy. I think empathy through the arts and seeing, oneself on stage, learning about new stories that aren't told very often, can help us to better understand our neighbors. And
Don't you cry, go to sleep, little baby.
When we are able to hire diasporic artists or introduce diasporic artists to new folk who might ultimately hire them or engage with their work and their art, is one of the ways in which we meet out our social justice goals. I think also when we go into a predominantly white institution and actively challenge the ways that they produce or the ways that they work within their office setting are another way that we can kind of go in and shake things up and hopefully make it better for the next people to come along after us.
My skin is black, my arms are long, my hair is bleak, my back is strong enough to take all the pain that's been inflicted again and again.
We have people thinking not just about bringing Black stories to stage, but we have our city and the surrounding areas thinking about who else's stories need to be told. We have producers thinking about what it means to make space for new voices in New England theater and how they support artists working in their spaces. Artists who haven't felt comfortable working in this city in decades. For some reason, we have been able to make the case for supporting Black theater makers that others haven't been able to make. And so I see a future with so much more opportunity opened up for us.
In my humble opinion, we've made a pretty significant change in the landscape. Our model is new. Our partnership model is, as we are building, has afforded us the opportunities to produce at a level that most theater companies or arts organizations that are only like 3 or 4 years old aren't able to produce. We've been able to hire a number of actors and have a whole season of majority Black plays and artists on stage, and working to have events and programs that are getting more and more Black people into our audiences. But I think it's knowing that there are the artists here. There are BIPOC artists here that are ready to work. They're ready to engage. They're ready to work on stage, but also off stage. They're ready to take positions in staffs. They're ready to help with marketing. They're ready to roll their sleeves up and make sure that the art happens. And that's inspiring. We've had so many artists help us in so many ways and promote us in so many ways. We had an incident where one of our actors hurt himself and wasn't able to continue the show. So the very next day, another artist we engaged with took a cab. He rehearsed. We got him food and make sure he was eating, and he learned his lines and worked so hard to be a part of something. And we just cherish that. We want to always uplift and make opportunities for folks. We don't make opportunities for people to hurt themselves, but we want to make opportunities for people to work and feel a part of a family. We actually call ourselves a Porch Fam, like the Porch Family, because it's so much more than doing a show or producing a play or a musical, and certainly that's what we're doing. That's our mission, as well as building programs and community engagement activities. But it's also to build a family. I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but we started this organization because we deeply care for this community. We deeply care for all the artists, but we definitely feel a connection to our fellow Black artists, and we wanted to honor that connection and build a home that centers that.